I think so.
And I think especially at the beginning, when you're starting, when you bring it to life and when you're getting things going, it's a different, I think one of the concepts that people mistake is, they see the success that you have now, for example, and some people can sometimes misunderstand the journey that earns that success. You earn your days when you can sit and write the book that you love, and you earn your days when you have, you can put aside, we can sit down and have a cup of tea and do a podcast together.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, it's not going to be everything that you love all the time.
It's still not everything I love all the time. And that is such a great point. To think we have to be in love with, there's this thing about flow that's huge. And I can't say the guy's name who invented it. Joe, what's his name? Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. Thanks, Joe. That guy, he's been studying flow for decades. And in it, it's about having a balance between the amount of challenge and the amount of enjoyment, where you're not too challenged, but you're not bored. We have enough enjoyment that you're engaged and you disappear in it. And a lot of commentators now say the idea is to be having flow experiences in your business. Stop again. Oh gosh, I'm so motivational. It can't all be flow. There is, in the beginning, it's not all exciting because it's just hard. And it can't be that right amount of challenge where it's not too boring or too hard, because it's all hard. All of it is hard. Turning out to my first client session was hard. There was no flow. Flow is something we earn. And the studies that this guy did, whose name, that's it for this podcast, the studies show that they studied mainly elite athletes and artists and musicians and students completely engrossed in what they were doing. And now they've started moving recently, studying workplace. But to get to a flow, it's not the first day in your job.
No.
There's no flow on the first day.
Yes.
That is earned.
Yeah.
Even the people who love flow, and I'm in flow, and I know you're in flow all the time, man, we've earned this.
Completely.
And so it's all got to be flow. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Suck it up, princess. Do the yards. Do what it actually takes.
Yes.
So you earn the right to have flow because you've achieved elite.
Completely. And so many days as you get to that, it's still not flow all the time.
It's not.
And those days has to be worth it. And I think that's part of the reason why you find the thing that you love. If you find the thing that you want to pour your heart into, so the tough days are worth it, and the flow is worth it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and maybe they do turn into flow. Like sales is something was not flow for me. It was incredibly uncomfortable space to be in, and I didn't engage with it in a healthy way. And I brought a lot of my personal issues around that, and whatever. I made it a very noisy, dramatic space in my business until I got a handle on it. And now, as you know, sales is a flow for me. It's almost an effortlessness that doesn't make it flow. Because I don't really find it hugely challenging, but it's enough that I've got to be mindful of the pieces.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that in the beginning. I mean, I avoided sales. I went probably, I don't know how true this is, but a lot of my attraction to being a writer prior to going into business was the appeal of not going out and having to have that feeling of selling myself or selling a product, not realizing, of course, all book sales come from sales. I didn't make that connection. I was very naive. So there was 10 years of hiding that way and not really being full on up front with what this narrative involves and how to engage in a healthy way. So flow to me has been decades long getting to in some areas. And so anybody who's coming into business, if we're going to look at my startup, I can't remember a flow moment. In the beginning.
At that beginning.
It was uncomfortable and stretched me, and I was very uncertain and very insecure and very concerned that I was doing the wrong thing by the client. I was overly anxious about being prepared for sessions. I trust you got value from this podcast. We had so much fun and delighted in bringing it to you and for your loved ones. If you haven't yet, your subscription would be absolutely fantastic. Your subscription and your feedback means that we get to rate higher. If we get to rank higher, more people get to hear this message. You can also help out if you'd love to, once you subscribe, by sharing this podcast with someone who you believe this message may resonate with and create a discussion around it. Just enjoy it and interact with it however you choose, but most importantly, we'd love your subscription. See you at the next episode.